Greetings and welcome to a Monday edition of the Shotgun Start. It is February 23rd. Andy, how we doing?
Brendan, I'm doing fantastic. I gotta say, it's Victory Monday. The gambling pod strikes again. I was listening to the episode. I was running on a beach, listening to the episode, heard PJ's reaction when you took the Bridgeman. Sure enough, a W. Victory Monday.
Victory Monday. PJ tried to jam me, tried to call me out, call me on the carpet. He took Rory McIlroy, went out on a limb, took little Rory McIlroy. I went with Bridgeman, and you tried to make fun of me. We've been around this block.
Up.
We were out there on Todd limbs on Todd Corner, Todd Watch, when no one else would be. We were doing Martin Laird. We've been doing this a long time here. And Bridgeman comes through again.
You know
I
what
was wrong.
I'm disappointed about? The gambling community has been like, it's crazy. Nobody was on Bridgeman this week. Nobody was on the Bridgeman this week. That's the buzz of the gambling community. There was the Preeminent Gambling podcast was all over the Bridgeman.
PJ, you're just shaking. I mean, we had people, for better or worse, who seemed to follow our picks. One person just DM'd me, put $50 on the Bridgeman. He now has 5,000 in the kitty from the Bridgeman. We're not a gambling pod until we just only tout our wins. I think that's what all the gamblers they had the wins, and then just never talk about the losses. I think we are being true gambling.
Dude, you hitting a 100 to 1 in a Siggy, I would be screaming from the rooftops on this. I mean, hand up, I was wrong. As I explained to somebody on Twitter last night, the segue of you laughing at me taking Rory, who I will note came in second. It's not like he was shitty.
No, I didn't think he would be. I just
but it's not like my pick was bad.
Yeah, I got it.
And then you going, I'm going to take the Bridgeman. Set me over the edge. I'll be honest. And I was wrong. And
Look where we ended up.
I think the thing I'd like to point out, BP.
Yeah.
Bettors that follow you just paid for 2 years. 2 years of bets on your picks.
$10 a week. It's $1,000. You just did it.
We're doing all right. I can't believe it happened, but I had an inkling. That this was the Bridgeman's time. First PGA Tour win, Genesis Riviera, and it came through for me. Roy played decent too. Good pick by you, PJ. Good job there getting the runner-up money.
You guys didn't broadcast my pick. I took Tommy Fleetwood.
No, we said you took Tommy.
I didn't hear that.
There.
When Joseph was not making a pick, was debating between 7 different people.
Yeah, couldn't decide. He can decide later, just amongst himself. I did
like you guys hold this feet to the fire, making them pick. That's one of the hard things with podcasting is you do have to come and put out some takes.
Put them out, and here. I mean, this is the Thunderdome. We don't edit shit out here. You come, you say stuff, you look like an idiot, maybe. Hopefully you look smart every now and then, and it goes out to the world. And that's the way this goes. So,
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing we don't edit stuff out, like your cough you just had, but the I think most of our peers do some editing. We don't though.
And that's the way it goes. Great week. I would, everybody's sending me messages. The Bridgeman's up 6. The Bridgeman is just lapping the field at this point. I got to say, I wasn't really confident yet going even into the 6-shot lead, the 4-shot lead, the 5-shot lead. Still wasn't confident. He misses the shorty on 18 on Saturday night to where he was just – guy was on fire. He was just putting it inside like 7 feet on every approach shot. Didn't make them all, but he missed the one at 18. I was like, that could be a harbinger. I was a little anxious still, but
but they came out of the gates. He came blazing out of the gates this morning, and I think the biggest thing about his round today was just getting off to a good start was so key because he didn't play well. He admitted how hard it was.
Couldn't feel his hands at the end. Couldn't feel
And he did not play well. But the fact that he got off to a good start, it dejected the people chasing him.
Yeah, I think they're hoping for an early bobble, right? 2 can be a hard hole. Maybe he makes a 5 at 1. Instead, he makes 2 birdies. He birdies 1 and 3. Side note, like, why are we? I know par doesn't matter. Par is irrelevant. Can we just call number 1 a par 4? Why is that so? Is that just so we can't have? So there's at least 1 par 5 on the front 9. Why? What's the holdup there? It's just kind of silly. Anyways, everybody makes a 4 at worst.
It just seems like the world's turning on Riv. And it's ironic that the world's turning on Riv and nobody wants to turn on Titleist and their just refusal to allow the golf ball to be reined in so that people don't just hit wedges everywhere.
What are you talking about? Bridgman had a 7-iron into 18 today. 7-iron, a whole last 7-iron. That's not, that's a big deal.
One and 2 might play more like par 5, par 4, par 4, par 5.
Yeah.
If the ball went 40 yards shorter like it used to.
Yeah. So he didn't give him much chance. The quick 4 and then a quick 3 on 3. And he was at 21 immediately. It was didn't go from 6 to 4 or 6 to 3. It went up. It kept going up to he was up 7 with 15 holes, and he didn't play great, but he also played pretty conservatively. I would say the Bridgeman cometh. He was just firing to the middle of greens, essentially. Whether he's just avoiding anything that was going to be a double. Yeah, and look for pars, putt out to the flag, and try to make pars. And let Rory try to be aggressive. Rory, it's a very strong case Rory should have won this tournament. He missed a lot of birdie putts, a lot of birdie putts. If you ask Nathan McKinnon of Team Canada, he would say, you watched the tournament. You know who the better player was out there today. That's what he might say about Rory. Ifs and buts were, he just burned edges. He did miss a lot of birdie putts. Some of it was Reed. Some of it was, just bumpiness. He's like, I'm ready to get back on Bermuda. Rory, in the end, 1 shot difference. He missed short ones at 8, 9, 1, 6. He missed. All over the place. He was all over the flag. Yeah, but missed
all over the place all weekend, all week.
Really.
So it wasn't just today.
Team's dialed in though, certainly on approach.
Yeah. I think you got to feel good about it. But getting back to the Bridgeman, getting back to the number 1 player in the world. I just think this is such a good story for the PGA Tour. Is the Bridgeman the most interesting person in the world? No, not at all. But he is exactly what the PGA Tour is, the advantage the PGA Tour has as an organization is that you have this PGA Tour U program. Comes through that. He's number 2 in the PGA Tour U. Gives him his Korn Ferry Tour card. Immediately gets up to the PGA Tour. He has a good year, his first year for a rookie, keeps his card. Granted, it would be outside the top 100 now. Then he has a great year last year. And frankly, it's funny. We did the breakout players stuff and I looked at him and I was like, the Bridgeman was in contention a lot last year. And I was like, maybe he would break out. But then I was like, he did make Eastlake though. I didn't know, and I think where it's come is he's a great putter, really great putter. He's been a great putter every year on tour. And now the ball striking is catching up. And I just think it's a really good story for the PGA Tour of here's this guy, comes out of college, gets on tour, and 3 years later he wins at Riviera. And he's been in the mix a lot over the last 2 years. And it's the same thing as kind of got her up where you have this ability to develop talent and eventually these guys pay off. I think what's interesting and, everybody like wants to be the person that picks the right 21-year-old. Nobody was on Jacob Bridgeman. Nobody.
No, I had him this week.
He was number 2 in PGA Tour U, but nobody was like, oh man, watch out, the Bridgeman's coming.
The Bridgeman cometh.
It's just a reminder. There's so much good young talent, and the reality is we don't know who's going to handle being a pro the right way, because that's what this is. It's who goes about their business and has the mentality to continue to get better at golf at the highest level, which is the hardest thing to do in the world, is to get fractionally better at golf. And Jacob Bridgeman's one that has gotten better every year as a pro. And I think that's a really cool story.
Kind of like the goalie, basically the star of the gold medal game, Connor Hellebuck. What was the Catherine Tappan or somebody had a report, like he never played like above like AA hockey, and then he went to like UMass Lowell. I think I might have that backwards. PJ can correct me if I'm wrong. But like, and then now he's basically a star of one of the greatest sporting events ever.
But I think this is like the thing, though, is that this is disrespectful to the Bridgeman. The Bridgeman was the fucking ACC Player of the Year.
He's Palmer Cup. He's a
stud. He was number 2 in PGA Tour U. This guy was a stud, but it's because he doesn't have 190 mile an hour ball speed and doesn't have like a cool swing that, people don't glom onto him.
What I would agree. He was a highly successful college player. He's been like a very, very, very good pro, but he hasn't won. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's like a boatload of top 5s on Korn Ferry, a boatload of top 15s on Korn Ferry, a boatload of top 5s then on the PGA Tour to get him into signature status. Like, and now, playing well this year, but hadn't won. His first win professionally is at Riviera. He's never played a major. It's a $4 million purse. He's playing with Rory McIlroy in the Sunday final round. Obviously, the 6-shot cushion helped, but it's kind of interesting, like you talk about with the progression. It's just really, really, really steady and good, but not winning, and finally breaking through even on both tours, on KFT, on PGA Tour, and at the highest level of PGA Tour, a signature level last year, and now this year. And it's kind of an incredible story, and I think it's the one you want to tell. Is CBS going to be marketing the Bridgeman for the next 10 years? Probably not. But it's a story that needs to be a part of the tour if it wants to be a real, like, meritocratic property. Right? This has to be possible, And he certainly came through for me. Very, very happy. Had one slip up, 16. He dumps it in the bunker. He was bad. That was a bad miss. That's not a long hole, and he dumps it short. And then he just plays for 4. He plays out, to the back of the green. 2 putt.
Can I just say that this is so sad that Nosferatu's been shut down.
Oh, he's still down?
He's still down. There's something pinned to his Twitter. I'm officially a homeowner. I'm so grateful for my amazing mentor. Looks like some crypto account. This wouldn't have been possible without her. If you want this too, don't miss out on this chance. Don't get my OWGR updates anymore because Nosferatu fell. Its account's locked.
Oh yeah. Was there any point you didn't think it was going to be the Bridgeman today?
I was going to say before I got distracted, I wanted to see what OWGR he was going to.
What are we guessing? Like 14? 15?
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
I mean, what's crazy to me is like, we do this thing every year where like, who's going to jump in,
Right.
and I feel like I at least said Gotterup could jump in, but the Bridgeman's like 52 of the world. He's going to be top 20 now. And yeah, he's going to jump in. He could jump in, with like a few more good finishes. He could jump into the top 10, which is wild. The other thing I was going to say, I just like today was such a good reminder. I think one of the hardest things to do, and this sounds silly, it's so freaking hard to win when you have a big lead.
Yeah.
It's like just a psychological. It just gets in your head, and like you just like feel each one go away, and people probably think this is crazy, but like you're 6 up, but when you go to 4 up, you just like you feel it slipping away. It is so different than if it's like 1 or 2 and you're just like in the tension.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you're losing if you start to slip when you have that giant lead, as opposed to like if it's close, you're just jockeying back and forth, right?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to keep the hockey analogy, those are like, oh, that's the most dangerous lead in hockey is like a 2-goal lead. I was like, well, like that is factually incorrect. The 1-goal lead is like any lucky bounce, any little like tip is like, that is not a lead anymore. It feels incorrect, but I understand what you're saying. And you're right.
Did you know that a 2-goal lead is more dangerous than a 3-goal lead? And that insight's brought to you by Aon.
Oh, I'm struggling here. I'm sorry. We got to bring in KVV. I've been yelling at kids on basketball courts. I lost my voice. I'm kidding.
I heard you're in the penalty box again.
For what?
For coaching. I heard you got a warning tonight.
Got another tee, buddy?
No, I did get a warning.
I heard you played the role of Canada, though. They lost in the championship.
Okay? Yeah. We weren't really the role of Canada. We were the role of like, I don't know. We were the role of some small little Eastern European country that lost by 20 goals. We got boat raced. Didn't have a point guard. Didn't have our guy. Welcome, Kevin. You are live on site in Los Angeles. How was the day? How was the weekend in Los Angeles? You finally got out from the piss of Thursday.
Yeah. Sun was out. It was fun.
Still soft though. Still soft.
Yeah, still soft. I was amazing how like anyone made a single putt out there because it was so bumpy. Like on every single putt, it just felt like I don't know. Like every putt was a miracle in some ways. The guys couldn't figure it out. They were saying afterwards that it's so rare for them to play on fast greens that are also really soft, and you just can't figure out like the speed that you're supposed to hit them because it's just not something you're used to.
So Riviera should maybe not have a tournament anymore. Is this what I'm hearing after this week? The greens are too bumpy. Some of the holes are fraudulent. They produce winners like Bridgeman. I mean, I'm getting some anti-Riviera. You know what? I am getting. Go ahead.
I think it's just that people want Riv to be at its best. But people are always like, "Oh, you hate the 10th hole." No, I just want the 10th hole to play like at its best, and that I think is this distinction between it. I know nuance is dead.
I've got this like really simple solution that golf could rein in their equipment, and then all of a sudden everything would play better. The same people that are complaining about
first time hearing of this, so
also are generally anti-rollback, and it's just like it's very rich to me.
Yeah. On site was great. I spent a lot of time shadowing Mr. Scheffler. Hopefully there'll be some content in the future about that. My takeaway was that, Bridgeman's fine. Like I don't want him to win 5 tournaments, but I think he's like a good player. Obviously, like he improved his iron game a lot. He basically said in the presser afterwards, this is the first time I've ever led a tournament in approach and strokes gained.
Yeah.
And he credited his coach Scott Hamilton and said, he basically changed my golf swing for 2 years without me even understanding that he was doing it, and helped me, hit my irons way better. And he's like, for the first time I know how far the ball's going, which seems like a weird thing to as a pro to say, but he kind of explained it how he was basically like inconsistently delivering the loft on his irons all the time. Like he would, sometimes be launching a 7-iron at 20 degrees and sometimes 24 degrees. And so now he finally is like hitting the ball consistently, like at what the loft is supposed to be delivering it. And that's been hugely beneficial to playing good golf. And he's always been a good putter. So you put those two together and it's a pretty good combo.
I can't believe that you don't want the number 1 player in the world to go on a tear.
I saw that he's ahead of Scottie in the FedEx rankings. That's what a thing. Ahead of Chris Goddard, who's already won twice.
Can we talk about the biggest farce going?
Please.
Is celebrating like how Scottie made the cut. Like I'm sorry, he made like a 10-person cut.
Yeah, that was pretty lame. But
everyone's like, look at this charge to make the cut.
it was good for our company because I came out here to do Scottie reporting, and then he almost bailed out 2 days early. So I didn't want to stick Pete with that bill and be like, oh yeah, I only got 2 days of reporting out of Scottie.
There was one point at which the cut was not a cut. It was a 10-shot rule. I mean, it was early in the second round. I called it Schrodinger's cut. It existed but didn't exist at the same time. It was there but not cutting anybody. And then, you know, so I'm fine with giving Scottie his flowers. I do think, I was watching the broadcast today. Has Scottie reached sort of the territory where we show him no matter what because he's Scottie Scheffler and he's the best player in the world? Like, he was not going to win. I guess there were these like top 10 streaks and things that were in the air. He was playing well, but like it felt like, I guess maybe I haven't paid attention. Maybe they've been doing this for a while, but you know, they just show Tiger because it's Tiger Woods and he's out there and it doesn't matter if he's playing, he's already on 17 when the leaders are on 2. They were showing him all through like the CBS. Is Scottie in that territory now? Or has he been? I don't know that I can recall them doing that.
I think you can do it as long as you're not taking away from like the actual main broadcast. But if I'm a casual fan, I totally want to see Scottie. I want to kind of know how he's doing, right? And then if you're CBS, you're sort of paying it forward for future tournaments, right? So that when Scottie is in contention, there's more people who are into it. I mean, the hard thing with him is like he doesn't play the most exciting brand of golf. He just plays like the smartest possible brand of golf at all times. So shooting 65 kind of just feels like, wow, how did he even do that? And it'd be one thing like Rory's chipping in today and Grazerman's making a hole in one, and you know, you got Tommy's holing out. Like Scottie didn't really do any of that. He just hit it to the correct side every single time and made some putts and didn't make any mistakes. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, you shot 65. Wow. So that's a good producer question. Do you show great golf if it's not exciting?
He was playing well today though too. It wasn't like he was, you know, he was making a little bit of a charge. It wasn't like a meaningful charge in terms of contention, but yeah, he was playing well. So you show him. I think that's the right call.
He played well all week, except for Thursday.
The first 10 holes. Are you still at the clubhouse, Kevin? Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just burning the midnight oil.
Well, it's just waiting for you guys to, you know, tell me whether you wanted me on the show or not. So big diva in here at the tournament being like,
sounds like they're emptying the trash cans on you. Are you the last man standing?
Would you like me to show you that their trash cans are right over there? Yeah.
No, I don't need to see it. This isn't good podcasting. I think Scottie's got a foundation issue. I always loved Jeff Ogilvy years ago. I was asked him about like the how he always had success in the match play tournament, and I was like, what was the difference? And he goes, well, I just always like the single match like mentality of I just have to go out and beat this guy. He's like, stroke play is a much different mentality, and he then compared it to building a house.
Okay.
And he's like, the early rounds are you're laying the foundation, and if you screw up your foundation, then you're gonna have a bad house, and that's your tournament. Each tournament's like a house, you know.
Interesting.
And Scottie just keeps screwing up his foundation earlier this year. You know, I'm wondering if he's got foundation yips. If he needs a foundation guy, he's got Chapman.
Some unlicensed contractor work, maybe somebody not certified there, not a union job, just kind of sneaking in there with cheap labor.
I mean, he was 5 over through 10. I mean, you think about it, it's like you do this like almost every week with him. It's like, okay, he's 5 over through 10. And this is soft Riviera, people are going pretty low for what we usually see if it's firmer. If he's 1 under, I mean, or if he just shoots even, he's then, 2 off the lead.
He definitely had a little bit of fair police hinting at this. He was like, well, the greens are just really like when you play late in the day, the greens are kind of scuffed up. It's just hard to make putts. So, when he got clean greens, he was fine.
These guys have it so good compared to what greens used to look like on tour.
Oh, dude, imagine if they were still playing this at Rancho Park. What they did for 50 years before they came here.
Bridgeman got a mud ball in 11, and then at the the last hole, he's like, he goes, I knew I was going to hit it straight. I just needed to not bump me out like that. That's kind of the mentality. Go ahead.
How about the Bridgeman's putt on 18? That was one of the worst putts I've ever seen.
Pretty bad. He said he couldn't feel his hands. Said he was completely terrified. You know what? I wrote about this in the newsletter.
Bridgeman alone. God, leave the Bridgeman alone. I think it's interesting. Monday. Guy brought it home for me.
No matter how good you are, like, you have to learn that next level, how to deal with nervous, right? Like, he was a great high school player. I think he won like state championship like 3 times. And then he was like a great college player. He's an All-American. And then he was like a good player on the Korn Ferry Tour. And then he's been in contention a few times. It's like he still was like nervous as hell. He said even last week he was talking to Gotterup about the Phoenix Open. Gotterup was like, man, I couldn't feel my hands. Like, I was completely like out of it. And he was like, really? That's weird. And then all of a sudden on 17, he was so nervous he couldn't like bring the putter back. He couldn't feel it at all. It's like a fun kind of like insight into what you're talking about, Andy, is like how hard it is to win, how hard it is to just take another gradual step forward.
That is, I think, like the underrated thing that people don't understand about golf is like everybody thinks, oh, it's so hard to go from a 20 to 10 handicap. The hardest thing in golf is to go from, you take a professional going from like a +7 to a +8, Right. And that's what these guys are trying to do effectively. Who knows what their exact handicaps are, but they're just trying to get like 0.1% better. And that yields huge gains over the course of an entire PGA Tour season. Yeah.
Anything else from Riv, Kevin, that you thought? Course specific, player specific, always a fun game. Shackelford always thinks like this, and he has the research to back it up. One of the things he always talks about is like, this is a predictor of like master success. If you do well here, you're generally going to do well. You play well at Augusta National. Spieth, I will note, it was T12. That's a good result for our guy, just a guy. Just needs one more week, though, he said. Needs one more week back home to get dialed in. I mean, he basically didn't play from, August 10th to July or January 15th. So he needs one more week. He's close. Anybody jump out to you for like, this is a master, this is some of a harbinger, a predictor of masters, not wins, but success.
Yeah. I mean, I think like obviously Adam Scott was pretty good. The Kitty Cat was great. I don't know that I would predict great things for him at the Masters, but like Adam Scott having 2 really good days with the putter, 2 okay days, like if he could sort of even that out. I thought Xander honestly like played pretty well. He didn't putt great, which used to be such a strength for him. Like he's sort of rounding into form. I asked him actually about Rory about hitting that like little stinger driver. I was like, basically asked him if he was been working on that because of TGL and trying to hit it under the rock, which got a good laugh out of the
at
press
13
score.
He did it today.
Yeah,
13
the 13 one was even better than the 18 one. He was I think got like 22 feet off the ground. He said he's been doing more and more.
12 he almost hit it OP.
Yes. He said he kind of likes hitting it. Just feels like when, he doesn't really want to feel like getting it up high in the air, that it's a good little weapon for it. So I don't know about him breaking that out in a major, but it is kind of like
he did that at Pinehurst a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. He mentioned that. He even said that it's sort of that was the first time he had kind of really deployed it, but now he's starting to feel like more and more comfortable with it. So I don't know, it'd be kind of cool. Sit him hit that around the corner at 13 at Augusta.
That was an fascinating. Like, I mean, it almost looks like, I don't want to say he's just like screwing around, but he is like trying different things out there. I mean, and that then have the confidence to go to it in a major, maybe because you tried it in a lower stakes setting. Not saying this is low, but lower. The shot he hit on 13 on Saturday with Tiger in the booth was, I mean, he peeled that like low draw. And you could tell, like, Tiger doesn't really. Tiger was like, "Oh, that was a nice shot. That was really impressive." Like, it was interesting because, like, he does not like, Bridgman hit like a 7-wood to 12 inches right before it, but Tiger got way more excited about the low draw driver that Rory hit because you could just tell it was like. That shot, not a lot of guys have.
For sure.
Yeah.
Last one, I would say maybe like Ludwig. Good to see a couple good rounds in the weekend. Like he's obviously not played awesome so far. Joseph would want me to shout out like the Ludwig doubters are going to look pretty stupid over this next stretch. So obviously decent to see him play some good golf.
What about Potgieter, our guy? He wholesale. Did you hear this on Saturday? I think he changed his coach, his physio, his equipment, his trainer, his rep.
Apparel.
And he lost 35 pounds.
Yeah. I mean, look, remember when Max Homa tried to do all those things and it did not work out? It's usually like kind of the opposite.
I mean, Carl Pedersen needed his punch. It screwed up his swing when he took it away.
Not Potgieter.
Well, we'll see.
Do we have an update on the caddy situation for Potgieter, though? The infamous caddy situation in Mexico.
I feel like he had to have changed his caddy if he completely cleaned house. It seems like he completely cleaned house. My bigger question, PJ, is his dad still wearing identical clothes to him?
That is an important question.
He walk out
was
the
a
door.
highlight.
Scripted the same way every day.
I heard a great story this week about how Hunter Mahan's dad used to do that, dress in like the really orange fluorescent stuff, just like Hunter. So.
Oh my God! Anything else from Riv? Let me read the Spieth quote here,
sure.
Just because I know he's your guy. Someone asked him, like, where are you with these, like, in the points? Like, how do you feel now? You've been like on bubbles of this and swains of that, and in the past, how do you feel now? He goes, it's only that people are in my position. Once you start top 50, I don't think about it until I was last month of the season. He goes, these events, there's a huge difference, right, in points at these events, these signature events. This is a good week. This gives me a little bit of house money, which is an interesting phrase from him. Gives me a little bit of house money. I haven't felt like I had house money since Hawaii in 24. So it's been a while. I'll take it to a comfortable stretch coming up. And again, I know what I need to do. And I was trying so hard to do it today. I probably did on maybe 10 of my swings, but I just need a week at home to feel like I get it in. So the house money situation, that's interesting. You could say he was kind of leaning on sponsors exemptions the last few years too, and that was house money as well. But
seemed like he was leaning on a hot putter this week based off stats.
Oh, yeah. Now you like the stats.
Maybe house money is stacking, good putting and sponsors exemptions. Who knows? Like I saw he got one for Bay Hill. He wrote a nice letter to Sam. I mean, look, I get the skepticism. Why, I just think it's more fun when he is around. You saw him. I don't know if you saw him basically narrating things that were happening on television today. He was in the middle of doing his interview, and he's like, "Oh, look, Graceman, hole in one," and "Oh, look, Roy just holed out a 50-foot bunker shot." He's just good at talking about golf, and so if he's, is he ever going to be a top 10 player again? That's probably optimistic, but if he's a top 25 player, he's still around to kind of, comment on stuff. That makes all of it more interesting.
I would agree. I mean, golf's better with Jordan Spieth being relevant.
Look at that. A needle. He's a needle. It is. So
personality.
Did you guys watch Marco Penge on Saturday?
I did not. Although I saw Marco this morning walk through the crowd and literally not be recognized by anyone. Like, how you walk behind number one tee at Riv. I was kind of waiting there with Scottie, and like not a single person realized it was like, this is one of the 50 best golfers in the world right now.
I mean, how many recognize Bridgeman? Nobody's recognizing Bridgeman, and they're still not going to recognize Bridgeman as he's walking with the trophy in his left hand. They won't recognize Bridgeman. But yeah, what about Penge on Saturday, Andy?
He played horrendous. He was awful.
Yeah.
It was a terrible day. I will say, the guy hits his iron so freaking high. It's like actually insane when you see the shot tracer. And how the way it launches, and it makes me think that if he can get some reps, he's like an actual. I got to see more from him. I'm very interested in watching him in real life. This is he has jumped to the top of a golfer I want to watch play real golf at a major championship, because he hits it so freaking high with his irons. It can be such a weapon when the greens get firm. Like, it is like a superpower how high he launches like mid irons. And I'm very curious to see how the game plays at the highest level. He's going to be somebody that I watch at the Masters.
I would love to see him and Potgieter like in a DP World Showdown, like just absolutely nuking the hell out of the ball. Like I think that could be the future of the next wave of dudes, right?
I mean, Potgieter's only 21. Potgieter is
Penge is how old? 26, 27?
I think that sounds about right. Potgieter, I think like we often underrate guys that turn pro at a super young age, like Potgieter, where you turn pro at 18. There's no collegiate hype. He's obviously, a international amateur who he did a lot in a very short time. But like it's going to be astonishing when people are talking about like the next great college, senior who's turning pro at 24, and we're going to be like, oh yeah, Potgieter's still 23.
Yeah.
Right.
If he was American, I think we would be absolutely just gushing over how good he's been, and that, he still needs a lot of things to polish up his game. He's not like a complete golfer in a lot of ways, but man,
I thought he looked really way better than he looked last year. I'm like, I might be buying all the remaining Potgieter property. I might be completely
South African swings. You're just hooked. You're like, it's a drug for you. You need more South African smooth swingers in your life, always, every generation.
I feel like you're just boosting PXG boys. Penji, Potgieter, you're buying all the stock on Potgieter Island.
Is this secret spawn con from you?
Dr. Bob? Did Dr. Bob get to you?
No, I will say I played like my last couple of rounds of golf. I played with people that I've played golf with for a long time, but hadn't played golf with for a long time, if that makes sense.
Sure.
And in both cases, they made a comment about how my irons still had the loose screws.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, still haven't gotten around to fixing that, have you?
Just like just the rattle or whatever.
For people that don't know what I'm talking about, my PXG irons that I got fitted into. Everybody should get fit because you never know what you're going to get.
You should go to Golf Galaxy and download that app right now. Go to Golf Galaxy and get fit. I'm going to cough. I'm on death's door here.
And this is where I would never have gotten PXGs if I hadn't gotten fit. But these PXGs, they have screws that are always loose. I can't screw them back. And then you have to have a special drill bit to screw them. It's like I had to go to like a specialty hardware store to find the drill bit. And then I lost the drill bit because it's a little drill bit that I had to keep in my bag. And I would like, tighten it up. And I'd hit it first shot or like a round of golf, they'd be tight. And then the next day they'd be loose again. So they just rattle. When I hit the ground with them, like if I just like tap the ground with them, it rattles. My whole club rattles. It's ridiculous.
This is like year 4 of this going on, and you're just like, eh. I mean, I would say like
they haven't fallen out yet.
Not to blow smoke up your ass.
Strokes gained tightening screws might be a thing for you.
Right.
Think of how much better you'd play.
Not to blow smoke up your ass, but I feel like you're in a position where you could get a set. You're somewhat prominent position in the golf world where you could get a set of irons or a screwed in set of irons.
It's true.
With relative amount of low level inquiry. But you're just like,
that would be a lot of work. Let's be real. I'd have to reach out to someone. I'd have to go get fit at Golf Galaxy.
You should. You would have to go. You will.
I'd have to go get fit at Golf Galaxy. That would be easy because they're all over the place, and I could just drive in and get fit.
Get a Friday book while you're at it.
I can get a Friday book. I can get all kinds of things at Golf Galaxy.
You get new head covers, get a new hat. Get a new whatever.
KVV, I loved your bit the other day during this ad segment about how you just take your kids when you have an hour to kill. I mean, that reminds me of my childhood. I used to hang out in Golf Galaxies all the time.
super fun. They're pretty friendly. It's kind of like going to a Barnes & Noble back in the day. Like, you just look at the magazine rack, you play with the putters. So it's the same kind of energy.
This is the kind of business they want us driving. People who come, spend time, don't spend money, and just cause riffraff, cause a ruckus on the putting green. This is exactly what these are the
ask
people
for a
who want.
wrench they don't have in stock.
I think that there is a legitimate. There have been marketing studies done that if people just come spend time in your store, they're more likely to buy things.
It's true.
I'm sure.
That's like the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
To
If I
have
go
happen.
5 times, I'm going to buy
store.
some stuff eventually. Like, it's gonna, I can't get out.
Do you
of it.
guys ever feel bad when you go into like a nice, like, so you can tell that the person behind the register is an owner of the store, and you go in and you don't get something?
Yes. I mean, yeah. I
will buy, if I go into a bookstore that's like an independent bookstore, I'll buy a book, even a book I already own, just to like throw the books, the owner of the bookstore.
Why do you buy one that you already own?
Because I can give it to somebody else as like a gift to be like, hey, here's one of my favorite books. I know this is one of my, it's like a great place to throw the owner a little something and to buy a book that I know is a good book.
I have a buddy that's gives like the same book to like a lot of people. Like, he has a stash of them at his house that he gives to people.
I had a friend. We had a book exchange party with my friends recently. I gave one of my buddies my favorite book, and he read it, and he was like 3 weeks later, he's like, yeah, this is not for me. Thank you but no, this is not a good book.
Well, you know what? You might go to get fit, and a certain brand might not be for you either. But at Golf Galaxy, they have multiple brands. They've got every brand. Look at this.
I can't believe we're still on this ad read.
Well, we're not really on the ad read. We're talking about books and all this other bullshit, and then we're going back to the ad read to close the loop. Golf Galaxy, download the Golf Galaxy mobile app. There's no promo code, which I'm very happy about. They can't track the lack of business or the booming business that we're sending them. No promo code. No.
Just go to Golf Galaxy.
Go to
golfgalaxy.com or the store.
Wintertime can be a drag on your golf game. Don't let your clubs gather dust and stay sharp. Boom. Done. Go ahead.
PJ, I see this graphic that you put up on the screen.
Yeah. There's a graphic.
Our friends at Golf Galaxy sent me some Max Fly balls. I gotta say, they're pretty legit. Not a bad golf ball.
Well, I mean, they were used by the breakout player of 2025. So how could you say they're not legit?
I've been using these things, and honestly, I think that the U.S. team should have all been playing Max Flies, maybe.
Well, that
could have solved a lot. Could have solved a lot of problems.
And Ben Griffin would have played,
which would have been good.
Can I want to get back to the books real quick.
Okay, let's do it.
How can you possibly, once you know a book's not for you, how do you finish that book?
Maybe like as an obligation to a friend. It was like, sometimes, don't you ever feel like a book flips it at the bottom? There's like, holy cow, like this actually turned out to be great.
I think if I'm not in, I'm out. And I'm in on a book right now.
Okay.
It's great. And it's because I didn't have any Wi-Fi on a plane flight. And I was like, I have to read.
Do you want to give it a shout out? Do you want to tell us what it is?
No, I'm going to finish it before I give a shout out.
Okay. Is it a golf book or is it just
No. I actually, you know what I've done for years that I bought golf books and, this is, I feel blessed, hashtag blessed to say this. A golf book at this point is work for me.
Right. Yep.
Like I'm reading it for work.
I would agree.
Or I read self-improvement books or business books. And I finally went to a bookstore and bought a fiction book.
Yeah, there we go.
And I'm just like, this is great.
I'm so proud of you.
Like I'm just flying through it.
Yeah. I'm currently reading Lonesome Dove, which I have never read before. So shout out Robert Duvall for the miniseries. But
very nice. Very nice.
It was time to knock that off my list.
I'm thinking about joining a book club because I'm enjoying reading this fiction book so much.
Should we do a SGS book club?
Okay, we could do that.
No, I don't think I could do that. I'd be the.
You're not invited. It's not inviting you.
I don't think I would be a good club member.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see some problems with that. Hey, did you see Tiger at all, Kevin?
Yes, I did. Not a ton, but I did see him.
Is he going to play the Masters? I'm told he might play the Masters.
I think he's going to play the Masters.
You could tell from this week.
Everything seems like he's trending to very much try. I think if he thought he would embarrass himself, then he would just kind of rule it out now. And my suspicion is yes.
He was being cheeky in the booth with Trevor and Jim, and yeah, interesting. That's a good.
He's definitely playing.
I was going to say follow-up question. Do you think he's going to play the Cole Guard?
I do not think he's going to play the Cole Guard, but we're trending towards those things. PJ, he's 1,000% playing on the Champs Tour at some point. Like, there's no doubt about it.
He wouldn't play a lot on the Champs Tour.
He would not keep saying it in public if it wasn't going to happen.
No, he's going to single-handedly save the Champs Tour for
Peach. I feel bad for you.
Oh God.
You've had this like little oyster to live in. It's like or a clam. I'm trying to think of the right under the sea, thing that you've been living in. Maybe it's an urchin. Maybe you're a little clownfish swimming around in an urchin.
Anemone.
Yeah, whatever it is.
It's the Nemo thing.
Not an urchin, an anemone.
Yeah.
And you're about to be flooded with like the worst golf media coverage known to man, which is Tiger Woods media coverage, is about to come into your world and just shake up your snow globe.
Yeah, to keep on the clownfish, the shark that ate Nemo's mom is coming.
Can I try a different analogy though? I think it's like you bought Bitcoin in like 2013. Like you are way ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, but here's the thing though: the Bitcoin people that are like buying today and vocal about it suck. And
Agreed.
The 2013 people don't want to be associated with them. So that's
you'll control like a huge portion of the market. Everyone will know. No one even knows what the events are, and you'll I'll be all over it.
Love it.
Well, I feel bad for our Champions Tour, lead Champions Tour correspondent.
We're going to need multiple. I mean, Kevin's going to have to start writing about the Champions Tour.
That is true. I'm elbowing my way in.
Somehow, can I just throw another proposal out here?
Please.
Or not a proposal. This is a tin aluminum foil hat.
A book about the Champions Tour? Is that what you're about to pitch?
No. This is a real conspiracy theory here for people that like it. Has Tiger been pouring? I love how he talks about how he's pouring hours into the future competitions committee.
Ridiculous.
Like he's just burning the candle at both ends. He's like a young banker. Investment banker in New York that works from 6 a.m. till 2 a.m. every day. That's what Tiger's doing with the PGA Tour. Phone calls late at night, anytime. We're just throwing things at the wall. Real conspiracy theory here. Did Tiger see that Roll-App was circling on just cutting bait of the Champions Tour? That he saw this useless appendage, and he heaved himself on top of the grenade so he continues to have a place to play in his 50s, and they don't cancel the Champions Tour by taking such a leadership role on the future competitions committee.
That is interesting. I'm here for this conspiracy theory.
That's insane. Why does this guy it's plausible. But why does this I'm losing my voice. I'm trying not to talk or yell anymore. You talk about just go away and have a great life. Why are you going out there and grinding against Scott Perel? Why? Why does he need to do this?
Dude, these guys are psychopaths. That's what they do. That's what Tom Brady did.
It's their existence. Their existence as a human being
know anything
is
else.
Wrapped up in measuring themselves against other golfers in a tournament.
Dude, he wants to go slaughter people at the senior U.S. Open. I'm 1,000% sure of that. He gets up for that.
You're out here acting like Lee Iacocca trying to sunset Tiger Woods, the greatest mind we've ever known. You're You're killing jobs.
I'm not
right
trying
now.
to sunset him. I just think it's just unbecoming, and he's going to be there, and they might not be good. I don't know. It might be terrible.
I've been thinking about putting a fatwa on Tiger
that's what
on
I'm
this
saying.
podcast.
You're talking about Tiger, and you said you didn't want to talk about him.
That's been in discussion for almost a month now, the Tiger fatwa. And here we are talking about it.
I think it's off now because he's going to be playing the Champs Tour.
Sounds like he's playing the Masters. All
What
right.
if we were only allowed to talk about his Champs Tour stuff? We just had to ignore
Honestly,
that would be
I think that's a good thing because I don't think he can play 4 rounds of golf
Yeah.
while
Just
walking.
54 hole in the cart. It sounds like he's into the cart thing. He's okay. That's part of the
The
rule.
buggy. He doesn't call it a cart. It's a buggy.
As someone who has written in the story of, isn't it great how Tiger like grinded his way through another made cut like 4 different times? Like I'm ready to kind of move on from that. Like either
Not
contend or like we're good. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but wait until he enters Sunday, like 6 back of Ricardo Gonzalez at the Insperity.
That sounds
And,
great. Get
and
me on a
then
plane.
we're cooking.
Oh, God.
Well, some of us tired of stories. BP will have Phil this April.
What else? Anything else from LA, Kev? Any other insights or amusements you wanted to share unsubstantiated before? I know
I
you
don't
got
think so.
longer
It's the-
term.
The whole place is falling apart around me here. Feels like at the end of Game of Thrones, the walls are coming down. They're taking out there's like, there's rowdy. It's getting rowdy in here. The people are trying to clean up, and I'm here doing podcasts.
Is there
No,
anybody left in there? Any journalists?
There are 2 people. I think it looks like they are wrapped up. Other than that, I'm solo. So
You're probably not going to get out. Your flight's maybe not come back to Maryland.
It's might be true. Friday might have to put me up in the Chateau Marmont for a couple days.
Andy's going to have extra rooms at his Airbnb if I don't get out. He's bitching about we're supposed to be in Florida tomorrow. He's got a 4-bedroom Airbnb. He might only need a 2-bedroom. He could have gotten one on the ocean where he could jog.
Should I just fly from LA to Florida?
He could.
You could. We've got lots. PJ and I are going to be slumming it out west in the swamp because the boys said they were coming, and they're all bailing on us. And we could have used our budget. We could have allocated budget more east, gotten more closer to the ocean.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'll be on alert if need be.
I've only been here 2 days, and I'm horribly sunburned already, so it's a good start.
All right. Kev, thanks for joining us from Los Angeles. Appreciate
it. Kevin's newsletter piece.
Yes, you've been killing it, and you got some big stuff coming from the trip. So really appreciate it. Thanks for joining the podcast.
Thanks, boys.
Unless you want to talk about the Kenya Open, there he's gone. Good.
I meant to ask this while he was on here. Do you guys think that the TaylorMade Spider should be banned?
Why?
The putter. Have you
putter?
seen this?
You can bring me back if you want.
Yeah.
You guys see this? The Spiders won every event this year except for
I'm
touring.
really sad that blades are like kind of dying. They're not even blade. We know how much I love blade irons, but like blade putters.
That sucks. Everybody uses a spaceship.
I know. I think they're so ugly too. Sorry if that kills a TaylorMade sponsorship for us, but I think
it's okay. It's fine. They're gonna
the deal tomorrow.
Any equipment company that even wants to wade into the waters could go check the back catalog and hear all of our opinions
or the present catalog of ad reads. Yeah.
But you could get a Spider putter at Golf Galaxy.
You could.
Honestly, I played a member guest this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I might go get a Spider putter and try it out.
I'm not kidding. I did have that thought when I saw how much it improved Scottie's putting. I was like, well, for a goofball like me, like, could this, be a little better putting?
It seems like the blade putter should be dead for average handicaps, right?
I guess. I just feel like it's so much harder to judge pace with the big mallets, but maybe I'm wrong. Rory said he still plays with his blade at home, but he just gets the mallet out because it's easier to get putts online if he hasn't putted like 5 hours a day before.
Interesting. Well, congrats to the Bridgeman. Thanks, Kevin, for joining.
So where do you guys fall on banning the Spider?
I could take it under consideration. See if you can get that legislation through Congress, through golfing Congress.
I think you need to stop. Just like anytime there's a run of success with something, it must be banned. I think that's just not like this must be wrong. It must be banned. That seems like not a good trend. I don't know.
Did you guys see that Bradley
ban hybrids, 7 woods? Like, go back to hitting long irons, cowards. Like, we used to be a real country that hit long irons.
That's fair.
A real sport.
That is fair.
I think they should everybody should have to hit mini drivers.
Oh, that would be great.
God, somebody was hitting a 7-wood was it last week or this? Yeah, I mean, they're just like
the Bridgeman hit 7-wood this week.
Tiger was jealous of it.
I'm going to protect my Bridgeman. It's fine to hit a 7-wood if you're the Bridgeman. Everybody else can get rid of them.
Did you see Bradley Hughes' tweet?
No, what did he say?
He said, just watch the final group hit wedge and gap wedge into the 9th hole at Riviera. I think the 9th hole, I don't have this in front of me, is 470 yards and it's uphill. Maybe 440. In the late 90s, I was ranked in the 20s in driving distance and hit more 6 and 7 irons into that hole than 8 or 9 irons. Never a wedge. These guys are not really challenged much anymore.
It's 458 with the 388 scoring average this week. Below
460 uphill.
Yeah.
It's got to play up another 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, uphill green.
And Bridgeman's under below average driving distance. You wedge it.
Yeah. I mean,
I saw my old friends at NLU were tweeting that Bridgeman's driver head speed is like kind of what Rory's was like 10 years ago.
Kind of interesting.
That's how much faster the game is.
Game passed Riviera by. I don't know. We'll see. Mm-hmm. It's just it was good. It's always a good event. It just feels like some of these holes are just. It's still better than Pebble. Pebble's a putting contest now.
You guys want to know what I was thinking about on vacation with no podcast to talk about these things?
Yeah.
I think that we should have petitions and we should just start removing courses from major venues. Like, we should start extincting the courses. We should say this course is now extinct. Pebble is now extinct from pro golf. Unless there's a significant equipment change, and see if that change is that what has to happen? Is Marion is extinct from going there? We can't go there anymore because equipment has made a mockery of it.
I mean, hasn't that happened to a few that are even more extreme? I'm trying to think of courses that were in the.
Not really.
No.
But we should just start saying that we cannot host any tournament golf here anymore. Pebble should be the first one on the chopping block.
Were you reading Extinction Endgame fiction? Was this Michael Crichton books that you were reading? No. That's what got you this idea?
I was thinking about this because there'd be this huge uproar if you said we can't play baseball in Fenway Park anymore. Mm. And golf needs to do the same thing. The USGA, if they, unfortunately, they've made deals with these courses for the next 3,000 years. But they should just say, all right, this golf course is extinct, and now we're going to Erin Hills instead. And fans would be irate. They'd be so mad. And I think that's the thing that they have to do to turn the tide. Well, that's how you win the war. Winning the war takes you have to take extraordinary measures to win the war. You need cannon
fodder. You need people to send out in the trenches to just blow themselves up to win the war. And Pebble Beach is going to be.
You have to say we're no longer hosting the 2027 U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. We are moving it to Erin Hills. And watch people just get outraged.
Well, as an anchor site, it seems, if we were, I think the pressure would have to come from the outside to extinct it.
My kids call this rage baiting. Are you engaging in that?
I think this is a great idea. This is how you need to fight back.
I
Punchback.
don't disagree, but I think instead they'll just build tee boxes at someone's yard at Marion in 2030.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how Marion's going to hold up without them just doing ridiculous things. I felt like I kind of bullied the golf course this fall, and I'm like I'd be like the shortest hitter on the PGA Tour.
Interesting. That's interesting. Maybe we'll have a rollback, but maybe we'll have more drastic rollback by then.
No, I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
holding my breath on that. All right, Kevin, you've left once. You'll leave again. We'll see you. Enjoy. Safe flight home. Thanks for joining.
See you guys.
All right. I'm not in my top shape here, so we'll get through this. DP World Tour, Casey Jarvis. I think he had a 62 on Thursday, 62 on Sunday. Wins the magical Kenya Open. Magical week for Casey Jarvis. He's just 22 years old. Some great stories down there.
He was the guy that got no different Jarvis.
Yeah, won the Latin America. I think that was Aaron Jarvis from Cayman Islands. Yeah, different guy. On the
Henny Duplessis almost got it done this week.
You just have to say Henny Duplessis. That's the only reason you bring that
I mean,
up.
he was on one of the great live teams.
He was.
Year one
Is he a
stinger.
Southern Guard? A Stinger? Oh, I couldn't even do that. That killed my voice.
You got to get out of there.
I gotta get out.
You missed the mute there.
I missed the mute.
How about how you guys said that, you were wondering if there are any Americans in the field at the magical Kenya Open, and Davis Bryant finishes second. American.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of, I missed Davis Bryant.
That guy, I was on vacation still. I saw the clip. The guy making the cut was really cool.
Yeah. Kayumbo, the local. I mean, yeah. There is a cool element to that of like what it means to the continent, what it means to East Africa. There's Rugamungo, the guy from Uganda who had made the cut, is like pumped for him. There's a guy from Rwanda that shot 69. He missed it by 2, but is in the hunt or is competing. I don't know. The magical Kenya Open just seems like sort of this, like, what is this event? Laugh and chuckle at it, but obviously it has an impact and is completely worthwhile. The pursuit of elevating those stories and creating that platform and stage for those people, for that golf population. All right, on the LPGA, Jeeno Thitikul wins. Back home, wins the Honda LPGA Thailand. By a shot at home. Her mom was there. First time her mom's ever watched her win. So congrats to Jeeno Thitikul. That was overnight, Saturday night into Sunday. News.
Did you see the quotes from her about how, and I think this is true with international players that end up having to play most of their golf, 99% of their golf outside their country, where they grew up in, is how she felt if the nerves and like the satisfaction of winning at home was almost better than a major.
Interesting. That's cool. It's a cool perspective. I mean, we've heard that a few times over now from different players at different scores at different settings, and that's interesting. I mean,
think about, like, you grow up and you play all your golf in your home country for the most part. Obviously, you play some tournaments abroad, but when you're a young kid, and then for a lot of these men and women, they get like 5 or 6 chances in their lifetime to win a golf tournament, a professional tournament in their home country. Yeah,
it's amazing. And obviously, I mean, just the fact that her mom, like, she's obviously been pretty good for a few years now. Her mom's never seen her play, and to see her play up close and win at home, or never seen her win, just speaks to what it meant to be home and to win that specific event. News. The DP World Tour has essentially settled up with all their players except one, Jon Rahm. And it seems like Jon Rahm has dug his heels in. They now have,
how's he gonna? He can't afford the Can't afford the best Disneyland access without if he pays those DP World fines.
The turbo, whatever, the fast pass extra, it's 10 grand a day or whatever it is. So the Recanter, Dietrich, McKibben, Marunk, Perez, Puig, Smiley, Hatton, they all have settled up essentially with the tour. They've got the conditional releases. Jon Rahm is not, might keep his 2027 Ryder Cup in doubt. Feels like clearly a matter of principle for Rahm. He has the money to, dispose of this matter quickly. I just wonder, like, is it worth it? Is this worth it? He has a pretty strong reputation, right? Like, he doesn't get a lot of negative PR, and it just feels like this is just steering into traffic for no reason. But it's also of a certain kind of Seve ethos, right? Seve was always, pissing in the Euro Tour's bowl of Cheerios and like just always going to battle with them, refusing to pay fines, getting fined, putting himself, like, this is what Seve would do. He would always be tangling with the tour. I don't know. It just feels unnecessary for him to go out on a limb and still for a monetary amount that doesn't mean anything to him.
Yeah, it is strange. I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, why is he doing this with his reputation for a sum of money that to, the vast, 99% of the public is a huge, huge sum of the money. 99.9% of the public is a huge sum of money. But given, the amount of money he got for going to this tour, going to live, is not a huge sum of money for him anymore.
And there was this whole sort of European high horse this last Ryder Cup of like, we would pay to play the Ryder Cup. We wouldn't even take money. We would pay to play the Ryder Cup. Well, like, here is in effect a chance. Like, it's not necessarily like, maybe it's not the authority you want to pay, but you have an opportunity to just pay a small amount for you to play the Ryder Cup, essentially.
Yeah,
it's pretty much almost a direct on the line. If that's the talking point you want to throw out, we'll pay to play the Ryder Cup. Well, here you go. Here's a chance to do it. And he doesn't seem to want to do it.
I'm going to throw some breadcrumbs out for the USA teams to use. Maybe this is Jon Rahm demanding to be paid to play the Ryder Cup.
Oh, there you go. God, Europe spun that up for 3.5 years. They made that a thing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the team, but the press and all that. It's kind of interesting, So, other news: we have more funding for Live per Josh Carpenter. Another $270 million has been approved by the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, so that we'll get them a few things, I suppose. $270 million. So they're still putting money into it of some sort. PJ, do you have the accounting for the sponsors exemptions versus the Aon?
I do.
Okay.
Adam Scott, big win. This is the score is now tied 1-1. The sponsors exemptions have won this week. Again, we did 5. We gave Sahith the 5th sponsors exemption spot, even though he wasn't technically a sponsor exemption. So the exemptions, $1.5 million, $1,562,250, and the swing 5, $1.4 million, $1,430,000. So just over $100,000, $130,000 for the sponsors exemptions, buoyed by Adam Scott, $1 million by himself. Congratulations to Adam Scott.
I mean, Bridgeman is a product of the swing 5 and next 10 last year. So, I mean, see where that took him. So,
look at that. All right.
I think that does it for this worse for the wear, for sure. Sunday night episode.
Feel better. I hope to see you in the SoFi Dome tomorrow. Did you watch the hockey game? No, I was playing golf. You were driving around. Peach, what'd you think of the hockey game?
I did. I don't even want to justify or give any time to Nathan McKinnon's comments that you already gave a little bit of time to. I will say he was not wrong.
Okay.
they got thoroughly outplayed, but it was great. It was a great sporting moment. Happy for the Gaudreau family. Happy for the Rangers brain trust that put together this team, but can't put together an actual hockey team. But it's great. It was great. It was a great game. Happy for Jack Hughes. Awesome. The pictures of him bleeding with no teeth is just fantastic.
Pretty good. Cultural moment. It was amazing sports moment. The sports game, but amazing game, amazing sports moment. Honest to God, one of the better ones.
Yeah, and you know what I would say to Nathan McKinnon, you know, you're out there, you're maybe second, third best player in the world at worst. You have the best player in the world, maybe the best player of all time on the ice with you. Just don't get beat in a 3-on-3 environment.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Sorry, I don't know what else to tell you.
Canada is very sensitive right now. I mean, guy actually is chirping me as we're recording on Twitter about.
Oh man,
I misrepresented the McKinnon quote. All these things. Use the full quote. I just hope wounds are healed by the time of the P Cup.
You can't take a run at Canada right now. I feel bad for Canada. I just feel bad for Canada. This is one of the things that they had. And
well, they have their cheating curling team won the gold.
They have the cheating curling team. They won bronze in women's curling over the United States, I believe. So congrats to them. And they have 2 hockey silver medals. I mean, a lot of countries don't get medals.
I just hope the wounds are healed by the P Cup when Corey Connors and Pendy come rumbling into Chicago.
Well, they're going to get their retribution at.
That would be amazing. That would.
I like that you said Pendy would be there. I appreciate that.
For the sake of the P Cup, I hope that happens. For the sake of the P Cup,
I think that they're worried about the Canadians
making the team. Or making the team and then having to be on the
team. And then making a putt all week.
Yeah. So that was great. Great.
Shout out to Victory Monday, BC, Matt Boldy, another BC guy, insane goal. The Megan Keller. Megan, don't call me Helen Keller, wins it on the women. Then we get Boldy, another BC guy, and Gaudreau. What we needed that. Great sporting event this morning, watching the hockey. But it all led up to Bridgeman. What a Sunday for victory Sunday for the Bridgeman. All right, I think that does it. Well, I see you tomorrow. I'm putting it under 50% that I'll see you in Florida.
That's ridiculous. I looked at your weather forecast. It's supposed to snow like 1 to 2 inches.
I mean, we're already at 1 to 2 inches. We'll see. They're going to close the airport. Getting to the airport will be impossible. I don't have high hopes.
It could be easy. You don't never know until the moment.
I need a little Florida weather to get rid of this head cold. All right, we'll talk to you. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I'll see you at TGL. Maybe I won't. We'll talk to you. Thank you for listening.